Okay.
Welcome everyone to today's event. This is the third in our 6 in the 6 series of technical sessions that can help you with your digital transformation. Today we hear from Sam Eastman of Sonic-IT Solutions, and of course, what you need to know about SEO. Let me tell you a little bit about Sam. Sam's an IT professional with many years of experience specializing in network support and Unix, Linux system administration in the telecommunications, banking, and entertainment industries. A proven solid career track record backed with professional certifications and various related training. He enjoys learning about the latest innovations in IT and related technologies such as digital marketing. He's masterful at troubleshooting technical issues and looks forward to providing technical expertise and services in digital marketing and IT to bring the client the required results. He possesses the capability to break down IT industry technical terms and concepts into simplified concepts for a non-IT audience to comprehend. And that's exactly what Sam's going to be doing with us today as he talks about SEO. So Sam, I think I'm going to turn it right over to you.
Okay, great. Apologies for the late start. So yeah, today I'm, as Peter mentioned, I'm Sam Eastman. I'm the owner of Sonic-IT Solutions. It's an IT and digital marketing agency. And today I want to talk about what you need to know about SEO. And I want to try to keep this at a high level because the discussion of SEO can become very technical very quickly. So today's topics of discussion will include the definition of SEO, websites and why to use WordPress, on-page SEO, off-page SEO, and at the end I'll wrap it up with an actual live competitor analysis. So what is SEO? SEO stands for search engine optimization, which is the practice of optimizing your website so that internet searchers for your products or services easily find you on the first page of the SERP, which is the search engine results page. So this is based on medium to high volume monthly searches for your relevant keywords, so the relevant keywords to your business. It is also very significant to be on page 1 of the SERP for Google Maps. So here I would like to identify the fact that the algorithms for keyword ranking, search engine ranking for your keywords, and the rankings for your business in Google Maps, these are two completely different algorithms. So for example, you could be on, in the Google Maps, the three snack pack on the first page, it's called the snack pack, for high volume keywords, and your website may not be on the first page. So I just wanted to clarify that. So here I just want to point out the fact that Google is the dominant search engine, and it has been that way for a while for both paid ads and organic keywords. So that's why you need to be ranking in Google first and foremost. So next I want to talk about what is a CMS. So I found this definition on TechTarget. So a CMS is a content management system, and I want to highlight the third bullet point because it leads into the next slide. So a CMS provides a graphical user interface with tools to create, edit, and publish web content without the need to write code from scratch. So this leads into my discussion about why to use WordPress. So when I've encountered some clients, I realized that they had some issues with their websites because they were not using WordPress. So up until then, I thought it was obvious that most businesses knew that was to their advantage to use WordPress, but that's not the case. So I have 10 bullet points here as to why you should be using WordPress as your CMS. So the first one, the first point here is you don't need to be an expert. And by that, I mean, you don't need to be an expert web developer like this lady in the picture. So she's studying dynamic HTML, which consists of JavaScript, HTML, and cascading style sheets. And there's another type of code that are used in websites called PHP. So this is already pre-built in a modular format in WordPress. So you don't need that. You don't need to be a developer. So the second point I'd like to make is that WordPress sites, they have packages of code called plugins that provide many different types of functionality. For example, if you want to make your site more secure, there's a plugin for that. The most popular plugin would be WordFence. If you want to lay out a gallery of photos in a certain way, there's a plugin for that. There's a popular plugin called Yoast that will make your SEO easier. If you want to have visitors to your site fill out a form, a contact form, there's a plugin for that. And these are all free, and there are some of these plugins have a free version and a paid version, and they're usually a nominal fee. Support for WordPress sites is free. If you go to WordPress.com, there's a lot of free support there, a lot of tutorials, and then there are a lot of third-party tutorials on YouTube. It's easy for spiders to crawl through your site. So this just simply means the Google Spider bot is able to crawl through your site more easily because it goes through what is called a sitemap, which all WordPress sites have. A sitemap has the layout of your website, so it will crawl through. It'll first hit the sitemap and then crawl the pages and then do its ranking analytics. Your images are optimized for users and search engines, so it's very easy to upload your images, size them correctly, and get your SEO expert to add the proper tags, description, keywords for the images, because images are also a very important ranking factor on your site. Okay, so your site is easily shared and integrated with social media. So there's a plugin whereby you can create a post. For example, if you want to make an announcement on a blog post on your site, you can syndicate that post to your other social properties such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram in one shot. So WordPress works well on any device. It works well across your mobile devices, tablets, and desktops without any additional coding. So you can easily roll back to your previous post or page. So this is one of my favorite features, because if you have a current post or a page and you want to make an edit or update to it, and then you publish it, and then you lose some of the features or functionality of the previous version, you can easily roll back to that previous version and then troubleshoot what went wrong. There are many WordPress themes that are free. There are thousands of free WordPress themes if you're just starting up your site. So you can build you can create your site, and either you or a WordPress designer can build out your site. And when I say WordPress designer, it just means somebody that knows how to configure and manipulate the WordPress theme that you're working with. And so to summarize, it helps your site to rank well by using WordPress because of many of the previous points I've talked about here. So on this slide, I just wanted to point out the dominance of WordPress sites on the internet. They've got over 64% market share. Shopify is next, and they're strictly dealing with e-commerce. But here's the thing, if you look at the second table, the third item, WooCommerce, is the e-commerce plugin for WordPress. Okay, on page SEO. So this is a very deep topic in itself, but I'm keeping it high level here. So you've created a new site. The Google bot has crawled it, and now it's indexed. When you type in the name of your business, it appears on the first page. But are users able to find you based on relevant keywords to your business? So this is where the optimization comes in. First of all, you need to have your content optimized. So that includes your text and your media. So as far as your text goes, is there enough of it? Are your heading tags, do you have a good variety of them? And when it comes to your media, as I mentioned before, your pictures need to be optimized. Once again, back to your text, another thing I've seen problems with is it's called keyword stuffing, where people are using the same keyword repetitively too many times in their website, and that's an actual detrimental factor, and you'll lose ranking. Internal links. Is there linking between pages on your site, and how are they linked? You cannot just create links without knowing how to create them. It has to be done in a certain way. And then design. This is both from the Google bot perspective and the user perspective. So when the Google bot crawls your site, it gets an idea of how the site is navigated. So for example, if it hits a link that points to an external property, is there an actual property at that end that that link connects to, or is it a dead link? That can give you, that can be a detrimental factor for your ranking. Just as if you have a menu item, where does that menu go? Like, is there an actual, does it land anywhere on your site? And if it's also a dead link, that's a detrimental factor. So I've seen where I've had to crawl through sites with tools, and there were like lots of dead links. And once those are fixed, rankings are fixed. So off-page SEO, this is also another very steep topic, but the main objective here is that backlinks are basically links from external sources that boost your domain ranking or domain authority. So preferably you want to have links from domains that have medium to high domain rankings. And based on your competition, you may need quite a lot of them. Citations, basically these are just kind of business directory listings. So you need to have quite a few of these, and they would include your name, physical address if you have it, and phone number. So there, again, you're basically just getting a link back to your website from the citation. Guest posts, the same idea, but what you're doing is you're making an outreach, you're making a paid outreach to a medium to high authority blog, where you want to place an article and then get a link back from that blog to your site. And then the next topic here is Google My Business, which I see often understood. A lot of businesses think that your Google My Business listing is simply to get good reviews, but here's first of all, the way your Google My Business profile is built out is of a big concern. It has to be, your profile has to be filled out properly. So once you make the request to Google to get verification, you need a physical address to get the verification. They send you back the verification in the mail. Then your Google My Business profile has to be built out properly, and you need a lot of relevant images of your business in your Google My Business profile, and the images have to be optimized. So Google My Business in and of itself is quite a major build out, and the optimization is quite extensive. Okay, here I'm just unpacking what the definition of Google My Business according to Google. So Google My Business is a free and easy to use. I don't agree with the easy to use, but it's a tool for businesses and organizations to manage their online presence across Google, including search and maps. And to help customers find your businesses and to tell them your story, you can verify your business and edit your business information. So another thing about Google My Business that I want to point out is that it helps your rankings to have regular posts on Google My Business. Okay, so now I'm going to do the live search analysis. Let me just pull up I'm going to pull up a tool called Ahrefs. Let me just pull that up. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take a look at some keywords. Let me just get this set up here. Okay, let's take a look at the keywords. Oops, actually, I meant to do. Okay, I'm looking at the keyword plumbing Toronto, and so I already found that, let's see if I got this right. Okay, so this business is on the 5th page, Rapid Plumbing. And I want to find out in Ahrefs Okay, so I want to find out a few things about their website um, and why they are so far back in Google for that keywords, plumbing Toronto, plumbers Toronto, plumbing Toronto. So if you look at their domain ranking, it's very weak. This is out of 100. So they're at 0 for some reason. And their website has been in existence since at least 2013. So that's kind of strange. They only have 7 referring domains. So those are domains that are pointing to their domain with 9 backlinks coming from those domains. So that's very low. They're only getting on a monthly basis $274 worth of traffic value. That's also very low. And their keyword ranking in regards to traffic, keywords that are coming to their website per month is only 42. That's also very low. They only have 43 organic keywords that they're ranking for. So this site, since it's been in existence since 2013, it's kind of like there's been no SEO done whatsoever on this site. It's just been sitting there. So let's look at their competitor, who is ranking on page 1. Okay, I'll show you. Let's go to page 1. I'll show you. Okay, so there's their competitor on page 1, ADP, Toronto Plumbing Experts, and they also have the benefit of appearing in the maps with a pretty good rating. So let's see what they're doing. Okay, so that's a huge difference. Now their domain ranking it's not the greatest. Anything over I guess anything over 15 is pretty decent. So their domain ranking strength it's not that great. Let's see how long they've been around. Okay, so their domain has been in existence since also 2013. So let's look at their traffic value on a monthly basis. That's over $4,000. So that's a huge difference right there. 275 keywords per month in their organic traffic are coming to their website. They have over 1,000 organic keywords that they're ranking for. 256 referring domains with over 1,000 backlinks coming from those domains. So that's quite significant, even though their domain ranking is low. So let's see what they have in terms of keywords and where those keywords are landing. Okay, so Yeah, what's interesting is if you look at the position column for their high volume right here, 1,700 searches per month for plumber Toronto. It looks like they're at the top of page 2. They're low on page 1 for some medium volume keywords. So they have an interesting mixture of medium and low volume keyword searches appearing across page 1 and page 2. So I would say their strength is the fact that they're appearing on page 1 for some keywords, but they're also appearing in Google Maps. So that in and of itself is a powerful combination. So if their appearance in Google Maps alone for that high volume keyword can draw a lot of traffic. So let's take a look at another example that I brought up here. So I believe these are this. So I already know they're on page 5, but I just want to go through this to show you. So Burgometer. Okay, where are you? Okay, anyways, let's take a look at them. I know they're not ranking very well because I looked at them in my previous analysis. So let's take a look at their website. Okay, so here we have this domain. It has $1 per month traffic value. Now, they have a fair amount of organic keywords coming to their site per month. 394 is significant. 180 keywords that they're ranking for. 76 referring domains with 794 backlinks contained in those domains. So they have a fair amount of keywords, but their traffic value per month is very low. So I just want to take a look at their keywords and see what that is. And they're referring domains and backlinks. That's not a bad amount and a pretty decent ratio. So let's take a look at their keywords. Okay, so basically, this is interesting because they're ranking for their brand name, which is insignificant. Interesting. So yeah, they're basically, they're spread across page 2. Yeah, you could tell they're spread across page 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're really only ranking for their brand name, which is insignificant. So let's go back. And their domain age, which I'll always take a look at, is also from at least 2013. It could be older than that. I have ways of finding that out, but the fact is that this is a domain that has a few years on it, and it should be ranking more significantly. So let's take a look at the page 1 competitor. Let's pull them up. So okay, so what I wanted to point out here, especially with tastyburgers.ca, they're doing something